Hi everybody, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So before I start, I just want to apologize because this video, which was week 21, upcycle was supposed to be done last week, but I wasn't well. And then I had just this crazy week at work, working odd, long hours, and I just could not get through to it. So I apologize to everybody that was looking forward to this video. And then we will have two A to Z times 2 videos today because I am 1 week late. But nevertheless, let's get to it. What we are going to be doing in week 21 is upcycle. And I told you in this video, I'm going to show you how I upcycle in my craft room. Okay, so everybody has their own way of upcycling, and I think it all depends on what you have available for you to be able to upcycle. But there's lots of things I repurpose. There's lots of things I recycle, and then there are some things that you can say it's upcycled, or you can even say it's recycled, but I'm gonna try to see how much of things I have in my craft room that are actually upcycled. And then if I have time, I'm going to show you one of the ephemera holders that someone has actually asked me about. I think it was Natasha, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's see. Right, so there's the first thing that I upcycled, and this one I don't know, I think I got it at a wedding, if I'm not mistaken. And all I did was then I decided that it was going to be my button. Well, some of my buttons are kept over here, the fancy pretty cute ones like these, and they mostly wooden buttons. So these are the ones that are kept in here, and all I did was that I covered it with some music paper and ribbon, yes, and then also some beads and some flat back, well, I won't say pearls, but flat back bezels, and then I added a hessian flower, which I Mod Podged to keep it stiff, and then I just added another flower there with like a pearly center. So that's one of my Mod Podge items, and I did this a few years ago. And what I will do differently for sure is that I'm going to show it to you now, is the fact that I use double-sided tape here, and you can see that the double-sided tape is now becoming brown. Okay, so I guess that would be one of my tips, that I won't be using double-sided tape anymore, but then I'd probably use some fabric glue or something like that that dries clear. So yeah, I mean, it still serves its purpose, and I love it, and it's a bit girly, but I think I'm gonna do my craft room girly, so it's okay. Then these are your normal cans, and I mean, this is exactly how the craft room is. I'm not going to lie. These are skewers. I keep skewers. I like Chinese. I like sushi. So there's some of my sushi chopsticks here. As you can see, some are not even open, and I just keep them in here. I've actually got a ice cream container that's full of them as well, but these are the ones I can get to quickly, and I use them to mix my paints, or as you can see, they're quite dirty. And then I've got some what are these, ice cream sticks in here, etc. And yeah, so like for example, this one, I have no idea why it's still in here because it's pretty used. I should throw it away. But yes, so that's that. And this here is actually, it may have been a baked beans can, I think. And all I did was I painted it pink. I used normal acrylic paint. And unfortunately, I don't store this in the best of places. Well, when I say best of places, I mean that the shelf that it's on is rather crowded. Okay, so hence it started peeling off over here because it's probably hitting against and other things and stuff like that. And then I just added some ribbon on it, and then this trim over here made it quite girly. Once again, there's a double-sided tape showing. I know better now, so I won't use double-sided tape. Oh yes, and when I used the acrylic paint, I used I think it was a pink, but then I also used Mod Podge, kind of, well, yeah, Mod Podge, but mine would have been like glue and water, like my Mod Podge base, and I Mod Podged it, and I made a flower, a fabric flower here, and I added some bling to it. Okay, and yeah, trying to figure out how I did that, unless it's all in one, because it looks a bit neat. Okay, but anyway, meaning neat, I mean I can't see the gap. And then normally on the tin you get the part that's you know, when it comes together and you get that seam going down. So all I did to cover the seam was I added some trim on that, some pearl trim on that to cover that seam there. Okay, or to disguise it. Very same thing over here, but here I just used ordinary gift wrap, very childlike. Added some tulle to it, rose, and I Mod Podged the gift wrap as well. Well, I won't say I Mod Podged it, but you know, I sealed it. Let's use the word seal. Okay, I sealed the thing, and this is my hand drill that I use, my brayer, yeah, kind of a thing. Also, why I'm telling you this is because it does stand the test of time. This is also in a place where it's with other things and we're moving it about and I'm pulling things out and pushing things back, and it has stood the test of time. This is probably 2-3 years old now. Okay. The other one that I've done is this one here. This is for my glue gun. I took a frame that I didn't like anymore, and it's very filthy. Excuse it. It's been lying around and I haven't cleaned it. I just took it off the shelf and brought it to you. This is a Pringles can, a small Pringles can, which I seem to have done a bit of like decoupage on it with serviettes and yeah, serviettes here, and then I stamped on the white part of a serviette. So it's a bit of a collage decoupage kind of a thing going on over here that I added to it. The Pringles can, I keep my glue sticks in here, well, some of it, for easy access. And then I just found a tile which I painted, and now you can see that the glue has stuck on it because I didn't like the brown of the tile. So I'll go back and revisit how to do that again. I think I spray painted it, and as the glue fell on it, you know, it stuck, and then I just pulled out the glue and it came out with that. And even here as well, but it looks kind of pretty, so I left it. And then my glue gun stands over there. Don't have the most fanciest of glue guns, very cheap one, and then I keep it there. So I've got my glue gun and I've got my sticks and all, I mean, you know, you can see it's upcycled. That's another one. Oopsie. Oh my dear, sorry, I'm just putting it to the side over here. Oh, it got caught on my chair. All right, so this you will see very often. I mean, my craft room is filled with ice cream boxes. I mean, you know, not containers, not boxes. And all I do is, because I push them in against the wall, and I'm stacking ice cream, you know, container upon ice cream container. I haven't bothered doing the front, the top of it, but just so that looks neat, This is a piece of wrapping paper, gift wrap, and I just glue it on top here, just across there, and I type out and cut out the stickers, and then I put it onto them. So I've got rows and rows of ice cream containers that I've upcycled. I'm not too particular about upcycling them and making them look absolutely gorgeous. As I mentioned, there's rows and rows of them. I've got a huge bookshelf that's just full of ice cream containers, and a good 2 stacks on my desk over here that I keep. I find them very inexpensive. My son loves ice cream, so we go through quite a bit of these, and I don't have the heart to throw them away. So that's what I do, and it works for me. So that's how I upcycle ice cream containers. Then just 2 more for you. But these I need to get up to get for you. Okay, so there's one here. This was a cutlery dispenser that I found in a thrift store. And yeah, it was a brown, like a wooden brown. And I took it and I painted it. Yeah, I think these are going to be the colors of my craft room, even though this pink is quite pink. And all I did is I painted it down, okay, and I took all these out and I painted them. And I make t-shirts, so quite a bit of my t-shirt stuff is in here, like even this is for frames. Yeah, long story. So I keep that, and I just added with my silhouette. Crafter's gonna craft, okay, and I've added little hooks on the side for my little cutters, to cut my vinyl and stuff like that. So I always have them on hand on the side. So that's me upcycling, and I think I paid 5 rand for this. So very, very cheap in the thrift store, and I knew I had a purpose for it. So that's one of the things that I use in my craft room that I repurposed. And then the last one, I hope I get it in frame, and I wanted to show you as it is. Oh, forgive me, I don't know whether I'm going to get it in frame, but I'm going to try. I'm going to probably try to put it on its side, and you're going to probably hear some huge noises, but let's try it. Yeah, because everything is moving around. And this is an old spice rack, okay, which I then painted, but it was a pain to paint. Trust me, it was a pain, because it's painted also in the back over here and the sides. And then all I did is I decoupaged napkins on it. So this is a napkin, as close to my theme as possible. And even the shelves, I decoupaged the napkins inside the shelves on the top part, but the bottom I just painted it. And I keep, as you can see, my glitter, my re-inkers for my distress ink in here, for my oxide inks, polymer clay stuff, because I do like to dabble in polymer clay, and Nouveau drops, just got 2 over there. And then these are all my gels, food coloring gels that I use to dye my papers. And I've got 2 of these right now. This is, I think, avocado water that I put in there, and I put in a drop of alcohol in it. And then the other one, I haven't upcycled it as yet, because I've got 2, and I've got sprays there, like alcohol sprays, homemade alcohol sprays in it. And I have a collection, a pretty decent collection, I think, for myself, of patinas in there, and alcohol inks. So let's just take two out. Yeah, so my patinas and my alcohol inks. So I don't use it much, as you can see, but so they house those, and then all my sprays that I've made using alcohol and markers or alcohol and dyes. So that's on the side. But as I mentioned, they are not, it hasn't been decoupaged or anything. But yes, so those are some of my tips that I have. Excuse the noise. I'm putting it back. And I keep it on my desk. I suppose I should actually, hang it on the wall, but I use the top to keep like empty spray bottles that I've bought and that I need to make, more sprays, whatever. And then I have a shelf above it. So I don't have, it won't work if I actually hang it. I'm pretty short. I'm very short. So that doesn't work for me. Having things too high up means that I'm gonna continuously have to have a ladder in my room and then go up and down. So I try to use as much of my desk space and wall space to a certain height, so that I don't have to have the ladder kind of a thing. So yeah, but it looks like I'm gonna have to start doing that because I'm running out of space. I'm running out of space quickly. So that's some of the upcycling that I do in my craft room. I have others, but I think those are the main ones. And what I wanted to show you is things that you normally can get, right? Like your old spice racks and things like that. Now, okay, so this is a folder. No, an album. Where you put your photos in. And I bought this, maybe I took out the price. I think it was 10 rand if I'm not mistaken. And what I looked for when I bought it is I specifically looked for these pockets. Okay, these type of pockets that open to the side. It would be better if they opened to the top, because then you don't have to do the step that I'm going to be doing. Okay, so I just keep my die cuts in it. As you can see, I don't have a lot. I don't keep a lot. And then also I keep, I've got different ephemera folders for different things, but I keep some ephemera in here. I'm not normally a person that will keep a lot of ephemera. And the reason why I don't keep a lot of ephemera is simply because I don't craft in quantity, meaning that I actually craft when I have time. So I don't have time to make and cut a lot of ephemera or whatever. I have a decent amount, but not a lot. But that's fine. So all I'm doing is I'm taking a self-healing vat and I'm adding it to the bottom over there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to take a cutter and a knife. Now the trick is this line here separates the two halves. So the trick is to cut only the paper, right? So you will see some, like I think this one here, where both are cut. And yeah, but then these are fine. See, that's fine. And the one on that side. So you got to measure the amount of pressure that you need in order to be able to cut them. But they work pretty decently, so I like it. So these are some of the ones I did the other day, which is the Tim Holtz. I think it's the crochet dies. Yeah, I'm still working on the right sandwich to use because, well, I'm too lazy. These did work. I just didn't pop them out. And this is one I did on my silhouette. So I don't know. To me, my silhouette works better for me than those crochet dies because I'm really struggling to get the right, and I use a cuttle bug to get the right sandwich. So although they are very, very pretty, I don't know if I have the time to do it, to be honest with you. But I think I'll get there soon because these cut out beautifully. So I'm not going to work on this page because obviously when I work on this page I need to take all these out. So I'm just going to skip that page for now. I'm going to show you this. So there are little dots on this. I'm just going to follow the dots to make my ruler straight. And let's see if I get this right. So you can sometimes hear a click. I mean, not a click, but you can kind of hear when you are cutting through the yeah, like that little noise there. It's kind of telling me I cut through the layer, but not fully. So yeah, it's I suppose if you're doing them all together, then you'll get your rhythm. I don't have time to do them all together, so I don't get my rhythm to know how much to cut. But I mean, not how much, but how deep to cut. But I guess it's worth it in the end because I really like how it works for me. So there we go. All right, so this is the only layer that I cut through, and then I will do the same to the one on the top, just keeping it away from the top a bit so that there is some kind of support on the top, and then I'll cut through. Okay, and there we go. There's it cut through here, and just a bit here now. And let's see if it has cut through. So I'm so busy talking because I don't want this to be a very long video. Because I mean, how long can you talk about upcycling, right? Maybe some people can. I just can't. So I hope you are all well, and I hope you are enjoying your weekend. I've got tomorrow off, yay, because I really had a very long week, and the week before I worked till let's see, 3 in the morning. So from 8 in the morning till 3 the next morning, and then I was at work again at 8 that morning. So I got a day of relaxing, which I need. And yeah, then what I do is I take the tape and I add it to here. Now you can use clear tape, doesn't really matter. I kind of like, oh sorry, I like the pink. I don't know why I like the pink. I just like that hint of pink. So all I did was remember that these sides are opened, right? But it's very difficult to get stuff from there. So we're closing these sides with the tape. Sorry, these sides are open. So we're closing these sides with the tape and we're making them top pocket holders. So that's basically it. It's as simple as that. And then cut it off. There you go. You cut it off, and let's just do that. And you got yourself a pocket now. See? There you go. And yeah, there you go. There. So now you've got a top pocket holder instead of a side, because you've closed up the sides over here. And if you feel that you've cut a little bit into it, then just put some clear tape where you cut, and you'll get the hang of it better than me, because I definitely cut into it sometimes or whatever. And then I just put some clear tape on it, and then Bob's your uncle, it'll work. Like, look at this now. It's another layer here. Okay, so I probably will put some clear tape. Oh, there's my clear tape. So let me just show you. Just to protect it, I'll add some clear tape. Or strengthen it, I'll just add some clear tape, and voila, it's fixed. So that's it. And I think for 10 Rand, I think I paid 10 Rand, if not 15 Rand. Look at how many pockets I'm getting. I'm getting 2 pockets per page, per sleeve. Okay, so I think that is pretty worthwhile. And I love all the other ephemera holders. I must admit, I like the pretty ones. I do like the pretty ones. And if you have time, then go for the pretty ones. They are beautiful. They just add so much of, I don't know, when you even open it to look at it, they add so much of joy. But yeah, this works for me. But I did mention that this is not my only way of storing ephemera. So on this one over here, I have no idea why I doubled up on my tape. I can't tell you. And so because it is a side opening pocket, and it was probably the first one that I made. And yeah, and this one here, I just shoved it in for now. Because it was so delicate. And then on the side over here, it's a negative pocket, but you can see that I need to repair it because it's not in the best of conditions. But yes, so that is that. And you get all sorts like this. You get ones with single pockets in it and things like that. So as long as you can cut through it and you can change it to make it work for you, then that's one of the ways of doing it. As I mentioned, I have other ways of making ephemera holders as well. But someone asked me about this one. I think it was Natasha. So Natasha, that's what I do, and that's how I use it. And these are a dime a dozen at the thrift stores, because people don't take photos and print a lot these days. They keep them digitally. So yes, so everybody, thank you for your patience, and I am so sorry that I didn't post this video sooner, and please excuse me. Take care, have a lovely day, and have a lovely weekend, and have a blessed week ahead. Bye bye from me at Sunny Creates.